Alright, let's talk. What is up, boys and gals? How the fuck are you all doing? If you're coming from Instagram, you already know what this video is about. In my last video, I received a lot of views. I received a lot of messages, and one of the top comments were, "Give us the tea. What happened between your ex?" So let's finally talk about it. So I'm just gonna come right out and say it that I don't want to make this video. I have attempted to make the video a shitload of times, but every time I would sit down to film it, I would get very angry and I would talk a lot of shit, which, to be fair, I feel that maybe it was either too soon or... I feel that it was probably too soon for me mentally and emotionally to actually make this video. But now, I'm kind of at a point where I don't care so much as I did before, and I feel that maybe in order for me to move forward with my life and to get over this obstacle, making a video like this is probably the best way for me to move forward, because I feel that sometimes talking in front of a camera is a lot easier than talking with someone else, like a therapist or someone close to you. So, right off the bat, I just want to say that I will not be making an hour-long video shitting on my ex, and for the remainder of this video, I will not be referring to her as my ex. Her name is Julia. She was a big part of this channel in the beginning, and an even bigger part of my life for the past 7+ years, and I guess I don't want anybody to send hate to her. I don't want anybody to look at the old videos, find her link, and start harassing her. I want to just move forward. So this is just going to be a very straightforward, a very short answered video where I will be talking about my side, of course, and the events leading up to our breakup. I know for a fact that she still watches my content and stalks all my social media, so I will be including a very specific message to her at the end. Yeah, let's just get right into it. I need my glasses so I can fucking see, because I wrote down everything I wanted to say. So a couple weeks prior, I thought things were fine between us, and honestly, we were doing the same things we always did. We would spend the weekend driving around, going on adventures, getting food, binge watch Netflix or whatever, sleep in on Sundays, lay in bed, and just talk. The same shit we always did. And things were great until one day she woke up and her mood changed. There's no good morning texts, no I love you, no have a great day. There was nothing, and she would just not speak to me. I should mention that this wasn't too weird, nor was it really the first time she did this. She and I both suffer from depression, bipolar disorder, as well as other things. She also wasn't taking the things that she was supposed to help her when she was having these episodes. And in my opinion, I feel that her not taking the things that she knows help her to deal with her psychological disorders played a major factor in the events leading up. It was a Sunday night. She hadn't spoken to me all day. She blocked me on every social media every social media account and texting wise, which again wasn't anything new, but at that point I realized that there was only so much mental manipulation a person could take, and I just snapped. I figured out a way to finally get into contact with her over Instagram, told her how I was feeling, and instead of handling things like adults, she just said it was over, and if I ever tried to contact her again, she would go to the police, which is actually funny in its own way because the very next day, the police came to my job to talk to me about all the things she claimed I did to her. As much as I would love to give the full story on that, I don't want this video to get reported or demonetized. Either way, after I spoke to the police, showed them all our text, told her how she hadn't been taking her things, and how it plays a major factor in her episodes, they checked my IP address and everything, cleared my name, and then told me that based off her behavior and the way she was acting compared to the calm and collected way I was when speaking to them, they didn't have to go any further with their investigation. And that pretty much sums up the whole story. I guess to simplify it, she hadn't been taking her things for quite a while, which, you know, if you're not taking your things after a doctor prescribes them to you, you begin to have these manic episodes, these change in mood swings, which was happening a lot to her, and I guess I had so much frustration and anger built up that it was taking a mental toll on me. It was frustrating me because here was someone who I loved, cared a great deal for, and I knew she was hurting, but at the same time I was hurting. And I just wanted to talk and, help her as best as I could. And unfortunately, I guess she snapped. And again, which wasn't anything new to me, she always fucking snapped, but the way she snapped definitely was I guess, it was just something I couldn't forgive or put up with any longer because it was killing me. It was really fucking killing me. And I should also mention, quick little shout out, when this was all going on, this was the same week that me and my very good friend, my business partner, Ashley, who was part of the Beauty Empire, all of our collaborations with the vlogs and her Lashes L'Amour collection, that week was very hard for me. I was dealing with a lot of depression. I was self-medicating with heroin and other opioids. I was drinking every fucking day, and I made on two separate occasions I attempted suicide. And if it wasn't for her, I would be dead. But it was just her being such a great fucking friend through all of it that I was able to get to the point where I'm at right now. Yeah. So, leading up to present day, I am still, I guess, I wouldn't say angry about the situation, more or less upset that I feel that my life was kind of cheated from me. You know, here was someone who I loved with all my heart, someone I had never yelled at, someone I had never talked down to, cheated on, put my hands on. Never did any of that. I gave her money anytime she asked me for money, or anytime she wanted something, I gave her money. I constantly gave her surprises, gifts, and not like, you know, I'm not saying that's what relationships are built on. I'm saying that there were a lot of meaningful events that I did give her, which were never really reciprocated on my end. You know, I never received anything, never asked for anything. I just did things for her because I loved her. And I'm upset. I'm hurt, you know? Like, I don't talk about this on social media, but I do still receive almost every fucking day anonymous messages from these fake ass accounts on Instagram from her and her little friends telling me to kill myself, that my life is meaningless, that I'm a terrible person, that I'm racist, you know, and it hurts. It really fucking hurts, but I've learned to just ignore them. I don't open them anymore. I block every one of those fucking accounts. It's just upsetting. And you know, fuck. You know, I don't want to make it seem like I, like all this blame. I don't want it to seem like I'm putting all the blame on her for the ending of this relationship. You know, I can fully admit that there were times in our relationship where I wasn't the best boyfriend. You know, I wasn't the best. I am someone who is very fucking open about talking about his mental health. You know, I suffer from depression, bipolar disorder. I was a very jealous person anytime she would talk to guys, which, to be fair, now looking back at it, kind of had a reason to be jealous, and, you know, it's still not okay, but, you know, I wasn't perfect. At times, I had episodes, and I would shut myself down. I would drink instead of actually talking about what was going on and why I was upset. And I would shut her out on when I would have these episodes. It was very occasionally, but I would do that. So I was not perfect in a lot of ways, and for that, I am sorry to her specifically. Because I know that it did affect her in a lot of ways. I wasn't perfect. That's it. I wasn't perfect. I guess I don't truly hate her. You know, I don't have real hate in my heart for Julia, because at the end of the day, I shared more than half a decade of my life with her, and before her I was a piece of shit human being, but because of her, she helped me and shaped me to the better person I am today. She there were a lot of moments in our relationship where I am grateful for, that were pretty small and some pretty significant, that I will always cherish. Um, Her making me the best chocolate chip cookies ever on my birthday. It doesn't seem like it's a lot, but that was something that meant the world to me. Kind of, I guess, growing up together in a way. I mean, we started dating pretty young, but we did grow as adults in a lot of ways. She was my very first kiss, and she was my very last kiss. I have not kissed a single person. I have not fucked a single person since her. I don't see myself pursuing a relationship anytime soon, because I am still in a lot of ways hurting, and I feel that I don't want to rush anything with another person. Even to fucking, have a fling with someone, to me is just fucking disgusting, because what's the point? You want to feel something for a couple hours to feel good, make yourself feel like you mean something. No, it's bullshit. I would never do that, because no matter how small or how, I don't fucking know, it's just not worth it. I gave so much love to this one person, and to just hop back on to something, I don't know, I have more respect for myself, I guess. So, there are, I guess, a lot of things that I miss about her. I can't deny that. Definitely, I think the one thing that still gets to me at times were, our future that we planned together, and how we always said that we were gonna have kids. We were gonna have this, like, I think we were gonna have 4 kids. So yeah, 4 kids, 2 girls, 2 boys, and they were all gonna be named after comic book characters, and the one character from her favorite book. Our kids were gonna be, what was it? Alaska Rose, Harley Quinn, James Buchanan, Charles Xavier. I think shit like that still gets to me, still upsets me when I think about it. But, I'm kind of at a point where I don't have hatred. I'm kind of moving past the anger that I had for her, because instead of focusing on the negatives all the fucking time and how badly it hurts, I just focus on the good parts we shared and the parts that made me happy. So, I guess deep down inside, like, very fucking deep down inside, that I do still love her. In a lot of ways, I do love her. And I'm very thankful for the relationship that she and I had, because, it sucks right now, but She was the best part of who I was. She made my life a lot more fun, a lot more interesting, introduced me to so many good things. I wouldn't even have gotten into photography if it wasn't for her. I wouldn't have gotten into Korean dramas or tried half the foods I've tried because of her. So I do owe her that. And I owe her a lot more, because she was just an amazing, wonderful, beautiful young woman who I had the honor of loving for the past 7.5 years. So, like I stated in the beginning of the video, I want to end this video for a message to her, specifically to Julia, because I know for a fact she still stalks my social media and constantly watches all my content, and I feel that I didn't get the closure that I deserved. That's the main reason I'm making this video, so I can have my own personal closure. It's something I need, and I just feel better sometimes sitting in front of the camera and talking to make me feel better. So this is my message to Julia. Alright, can I fucking see? Julia, you really fucking hurt me. I gave you 7 years, almost 8 years of my life, and instead of handling things like adults, you chose to block me, attempt to get me in trouble with the police, and spread rumors and lies based off fake messages that you had created in an attempt to ruin my name. For the longest time, I truly hated you and wanted nothing more than to send my following after you to make you feel how I felt. 7 years, I never yelled at you, never put my hands on you, never talked down to you, gave you pretty much every dollar I had to my name, made you dinner every night, constantly surprised you with adventures, and gave you my undevoted love and attention. It hurts knowing the things I know now about what you did in our past, behind my back. And it hurts even more than all those years we shared together were not honest, and you really did never respect or love me as much as you claimed to, and as much as I loved you. I don't blame you or hate you anymore, because I know that deep down inside you were just hurting because of your own insecurities, as well as shit you received from your past relationships. I'm not angry anymore. From the bottom of my heart, I will always love you. I'm just happy we're both at a point in our lives where we are doing our own things and living our lives. Your Easter weekend in Rhode Island, going to New York and going to that ice cream factory you always wanted to go to, your trip to California, the birthday party you had with your best friend, and the bond you two have built after what her ex-boyfriend did to that underage girl, and then them still living together. All that shit you ever wanted to do, you're doing it, and I'm proud of you. I'm also doing it too. I've gained thousands of followers on Twitch and Instagram, made a name for myself in the photography world, something you had always supported me in. I'm going to therapy, making a shit ton of money at work, as well as my side projects. And I'm happy. Another thing you always said you wanted for me. I am happy, and I forgive you, Julia. I really, really do, and wish you nothing but the best, especially because I know how important this summer is to you and all the things you wanted to do before the summer ended. Thank you for all the good memories. Thank you for making me the man I have become. A much better person. And to quote your favorite author, the phrase you always said, perhaps okay will be our always. I love you, Llama. And I wish you nothing but the best.